Rise!
Hello, hello. Setting the mix on and we are live. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new stream of Transformers F-Wars.
First check. Can you hear us? I'm sure you can. But yeah, they do. It seems everything is going all right for now. And we will start as usual saying hi to some people, right, Fabian?
Yeah, we will.
want to
So
start?
today, watching us, yeah, I will. Today on Twitch, watching us is Gunfire. Hello to PFG80, to Ink Demon, Blue Streak. Hello to Daft Side, Lord Draggy, Menazor, Choda Boy. Hello to Scourge 1024, Prime Time. This one is probably the Mandalorian written with 4. Hello to Gunfire. I think I already said that. Key Stand. And I think that is it.
That is
For
it.
Twitch.
So from YouTube, I'm gonna scroll up. So actually to mention the first ones to join us. Sharksy, hello to you too. Destroyer Fire Rage, what's up? Planar Heaters, Isabel Maria J.I., hello to you too. Kick and Dog, thanks for joining us. Who else is in there? Shaun T, Mega Master 71. Revenant, some Russian name, I'm sorry, but I cannot pronounce, but hello to you too. Darren Duckdale, Howard Choi, and many others, thank you for joining us on YouTube.
Yeah, I was just reading Twitch, so there's some names I forgot. There was Chronos Prime with the role, CG Alvin, Osteo Prime, and there was already some people saying that we have really nice background and they hope they're going to get it into the game. You will. There will be your pre-battle screen, so you will be able to see that in the game. You were doing YouTube, right?
Yeah, I can do YouTube.
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, we can do half and half. Yeah, it's okay. So Paul Reinhardt, Charlie Lee, Mitchell Helen, R.G. Alejo, David Duba, David Dan, Graham Paul Falais, and Frank Kaplinger, Gregory Grigor, and many others. I like YouTube, I like Facebook because you usually read real names and not just nicknames and feels closer. Aurelio Tavares, hello everyone. He's saying hi from Brazil. Hi to Brazil. And yeah, many others joining us as usual. Thanks for being here with us. As you can see, we are Fabian and me today. It's a small team. Jonas is on holidays somewhere probably in a lost Greek island, enjoying the beach and getting a nice tan. And I guess the next ones will have to be us. Fabian, do you have any holidays planned?
No, I don't have any holidays planned actually until like maybe September. I don't know, because you can't really travel anymore. I didn't plan anything.
Yeah, it's hard.
But I'm actually moved to like the south of France, back to my parents, and I'm streaming from there. So I'm working here, but it almost feels like a holiday because there's nature and sun outside. So good.
Nice. I myself, I am streaming from Spain. Yeah, I'm here now. Yeah, it's easy because you can go to the beach. It's close by. Just drive and get some color. But yeah, no big plans for traveling for now. Remember, stay safe, stay home. Anyways,
today we're going to be covering the event that's going to happen this weekend. We're going to read a little bit of dialogue as well. We will answer some Q&A, and after that we will show Lightspeed and Iron Bison in the showroom because we cannot show the abilities today, unfortunately. And then we'll run some trivia for you to earn some freebies. I mentioned the Q&A. You can already post some question in the chat. We might not reply to them right away, but we will take notes. And once we get to the Q&A, we'll get to our notes and reply to them.
Yeah, we are a less pair of eyes, so it will take a bit longer for us to catch your questions, but please drop your questions and we'll read them. For example, Prime Time is asking, why did I change sides to the Decepticons? Because my shirt, I have always been a Decepticon player, but I had this very cool Optimus Prime shirt with this design, and the shirt was old, so I looked for a new one, and I found out there was a Megatron one, and I have both. So from time to time, I will have one or the other. Yeah, not doing any advertising there, but it's easy to find cool Transformers t-shirts. Googling it. But yeah, Decepticons.
I'm a Decepticon as well. I'm going to share my screen so we can show the events. Bear with me. It's a bit wonky.
Meanwhile, yeah, it seems we are seeing something. Yep.
Here you go.
Cool. Yeah, so let's talk about the event for this weekend. It's a usual Prime Shard event where you can get up to 3,000 Prime Shards. Then I spice it up with some Shard Crystals, so you will get also 4-star, 3-star, and Premium Crystal Shards. Then some Spark, Alloy, and Energon. And then you can see MK3 barrel boosters. And there is a small novelty, like a quality life improvement there, that every time you unlock that tier, and we can go to the tiers already, Fabian, please.
Yeah, sorry, I was picking the questions.
No worries. So we can see it there, the random MK3 booster. It won't go to your space bridge. It will open automatically for you once you unlock it, and it will give you a random booster, as it says. And I explain this because more and more I will add this system in other rewards, basically to avoid all players having to go to the space bridge and open it for things that go to the inventory. And that is not because it's a random thing and you need to see that you are opening it, but I think we are used to that already. Most veteran players and new players know how it works, and I will start implementing this so you have to open less things in game and use your time playing instead, right? But yeah, that's the event. It's a triple XP, so it's supposed to be a medium easy one for the weekend, where all battle zones give 10 points, and that means veteran players, new players can contribute the same in the event, and yeah, you can go to your battle zone of preference, play it, and unlock some of these amazing rewards. Yeah, cool.
Sorry, I was getting the questions as usual. Yeah, do you want to? I got 3 questions, so we'll keep them for the Q&A. Next up, should we read some dialogues then?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are in the 3rd part of the saga. This saga is going to conclude next week with Lightspeed and Iron Bison joining the game. They will probably be mentioned in this dialogue that was written by Simon Furman for us. Can you see the screen, Ryan?
Yes, I can hear us. Okay, I will start then. Says Ultramagnus says Autobots, Wreckers, Reserve Wreckers, Sharpshooters, and Combat Bot partners, roll out.
In Chromia's name, strike hard and aim true.
You said it, Drift. One of our own is missing, or worse. When the Saurus sticks his ugly mug above the parapet,
we'll be there to cave in his convenum cranium haze and storm.
Remember, Pteroxodon, all of you, we are Autobots. We stand for something more than casual carnage. That's it, and in this case, the object of the mission is to inflict as much damage as Cybertronianly possible. End of.
I cannot tell how many millennia I have waited to hear those exact words emit from your vocal synthesizer.
Any news of on Chromia whereabouts, Ultra Magnus?
Nothing yet, Windblade. Strafe and Noscon are still searching, but it's a dust mote in a spiral arm scenario. We've got more Technobot talent inbound, but even then.
So, how do we go about finding the Soros? Up till now, he's been doing a pretty good job of ducking and diving.
Brainstorm?
We know that Saurus is building a combiner component bond by component bot. Based on the pattern of acquisition so far, we expect a space bridge uplink anytime now.
And then we'll have him right in our crosshairs, won't we, Trenchfoot?
You better believe it, Sideswipe. The Saurus won't know what hit him.
Ultra Magnus, activities in Sector 9. Telltale signs of infraspatial and energy buildup.
Roger that, Melody. Panji team, our window of opportunity is opening. But it could be closed again just as fast.
Sector 9 is home to one of our former Energon mining bases. It fits the pattern.
Hey there, Soros. Knock, knock. Oh, that was a joke.
Ooh.
So, yeah, that was the dialogue with our accent edition, as usual. I hope you enjoy it. It's always a kind of a different situation.
A different take to the original, like American Transformers.
The story is unveiling. I mean, something has happened to Chromia, something has happened to Starscream Ghost again. They are somewhere and they need to be found. Why they need to be found, we also know, and it's important. It's related to what we see here. So don't miss the story and don't miss the Decepticon counterpart.
Cool. Do you wanna? Should we answer some questions?
Yeah, sure.
There was a question about when are we gonna have another? What was it?
Combiner event.
A 5-star shard event.
5-star shard event. Yeah, it's one every other saga. So I don't have the planning open right now, but it should be next saga. We had the 4-star one, this one. So next saga, it's a guaranteed 5-star shard event. I will also pick up, because there will be a question about a combiner event, as we did last year. A combiner event is one kind of event where we grant participants the chance or what they need to unlock a guaranteed combiner. And yes, we'll have another one. It's a bit too soon because we just had not so long ago the anniversary event, but we'll have another combiner event. And as we mentioned last time, it's not the only combiner you can unlock this year, because we'll have also Omega Supreme and Overlord in a future or in some weeks, or I don't know what to say, but soon for sure.
There was 2 questions about Omega Supreme and Overlord, which I will answer now. So there was like, how many guns as Overlord? So if Raiho moves his head, you can see the gun. It's just behind. He will have 1 gun. So that's how it's currently in the game. This gun you see when it transforms into the tank is gonna like be in between. So we'll see the gun in the game. There was another question about them. Once we unlock Omega Supreme and Overlord, can they become our troop shuttle? Which would have been interesting, to be honest. The thing is, like, I know that in the cartoon you can see that Omega Supreme spaceship transforms and it can carry other bots from planet to planet. This is not something that we're going to do. The shuttle will remain the same. But the thing is, we wanted them to arrive on the battlefield because using this feature, So, they're going to be used as combiner bots. So combiners usually combine at the beginning of the battle when they arrive. And for them, they also kind of combine, although they are not bot. But, like for Omega Supreme, for example, the spaceship is going to arrive and land on the battlefield. And then the rest of Omega Supreme would just combine into making a bot and a walking biped. So no, the shuttle is not going to be changed, but we still have the spaceship featured in the game. Do you have any other question, Lyle?
Yes, can we see the primes as game characters? To be honest, we have the primes represented in the prime course, and their name and abilities kind of linked to what these primes do. But seeing them as characters is kind of unlikely. They will be also quite OP, or I don't know if we would want to stick to the lore. But so far, we don't have any plans to add prime characters as themselves, but they are represented in form of the prime course.
Is there going to be a new 5-star bot talking about Primal that will take the place in the Shining Store? So I think we replied that last week. This was something we kind of discussed, but we are definitely not set on. So don't expect a new 5-star bot anytime soon in the Shining Store. It's just I don't know, somehow we just discussed this possibility, and for some people it became sure that we're going to release it, and it's not even that sure, to be honest.
I'm reading some problems with Facebook stream. The thing is that everything seems live. If it's an individual case, if it seems stuck for you, try reloading. But so far it's well, and I can see we have many viewers. So Facebook seems right. What else?
So we're reading the questions. Only 2 people.
Yeah. Gonna jump into YouTube. Any plans in the pipelines for a new triple changer? Can we say?
Oh, sorry. I guess we can say now. Maybe it's soon. Let's say it. There's gonna be one definitely. I'll let you try and guess who it's gonna be. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, there will be one. It's been done. We have already some concept and everything, and it's gonna look good. I'm really happy with it. So start on it will work soon, but I cannot give any date.
Yeah, well, we like triple changers, so we will keep adding them. I have another question. Can we get the minibots and seekers added as groups in the collections? So I guess minibots or combat bots in general could be more difficult, but maybe the seekers.
Yeah, that would be possible. But do we already have seekers that are already in another group collection? No, right?
I don't think so, because their faction or sub-faction, yeah.
For the combat bot, it's more difficult, indeed. But also, you can see them in the combiner lab and see which one you have and which one are missing. But I don't think there is a plan to put them into a collection.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Do the random MK3 boss crystal grant Titan beams? No, they don't. Titan beam is the opus of them. It's linked mostly to raid events. Unless it says otherwise, it just includes MK3 battle boosters, what we say the common ones and uncommon ones that will be the Sharticons, and it doesn't include Crim 6 this time, but it does Sharticons and the other ones, but not the Titan Beam.
So are Omega Supreme and Overload finally coming? Yeah, they are coming. So we initially we wanted to release them a bit earlier, but we have, as you know, moved the date when we wanted to release them. I cannot really tell when, but we definitely coming to the date we've decided to postpone them to. They're currently in the hand of our playtesters. They've tried them out. It's going. The playtests are going well. There's not compared to other bots we have done in the past, they are not much more to balance. They were quite balanced from the onset. So there's like kind of little tweaks now. They're getting ready. But obviously, they will also be released with the campaign, as we announced it before. They will be released. You can unlock the first star rating for Omega Supreme and Overlords through a campaign. And the campaign is not exactly finished at the moment. It's all in place. We still need to balance the battles. I still need to work on this. So there's still a little bit of work, but it's coming. It's coming really, really soon now.
There is a question about the free combat crystal could be reduced to 23 hours instead of 24 hours. I have been quite pushing that out lately, but I had a conversation with Lord Dragir, who you have seen here, and one of our experienced players, and there was a good reasoning, maybe to reduce it a bit. Because it seems accumulative if when you have to wait 24 hours, and then it can be a bit harder to just land exactly when the moment gets unlocked, and of course you won't want to waste hours, so I will look to decrease it a bit. Not much, don't expect anything crazy, but maybe a few hours, just in the sake to make it easier for everyone to collect them and not having to wake up in the middle of the night or just to unlock it. That's not the idea of it. So yes, that will be on my to-do list now.
Are we going to get some Beast Wars Transmetal characters? This is something we have discussed as a team, but as you may have noticed, we try to tie a little bit what's happening in the Transformer franchise as a whole and what like Hasbro tried to promote at the time, the series and all of that. We try to tie it with the content of the game, so it's always kind of like relevant to the time and where like the franchise is at this very moment. And we realized that maybe Beast Wars was not really like, this year kind of like era of Transformers. So maybe if we do more Beast Wars, it's going to be a bit later, potentially next year.
Well, the usual question about being able to collect combiners from the alt faction. I don't think we have an answer for that yet. It has many implications, like what do we do, or where do we put them on the combiner lab? How do you use them? It's not only a matter of unlocking it, but there are many loops in the game that could be affected. But it's on the table. It's on the table as we often receive the request for that. But it's something we want to consider, yeah, if possible.
Maybe that's one for you, this one. Somebody is saying that it's a bit difficult to acquire original 4-star bots like Sunstreaker, RC, and No. He says like he has gotten like a lot of like new bots, like newer bots in 4-star version, but not the old ones. And he's asking if the drop rates will ever increase for the original bots.
So anything that is changing their rates, it's not really a good idea because we have to consider the players that have chased for them, that back in the day, they purchased for them and until getting the forest salvation. So changing that now can be kind of unfair. Also, messing with drop rates would make things confusing and not really optimal for any of the parts. But the chances are the same, so we haven't never changed them since we released the game. It should be once you get this in your personal rotation bundle, like RC or Sunstreaker, you should be able to get them. Also, we have this no dupe 4-star event every year where all bots are included up to date or up to some of the releases, and you should be able to get them there too, and same on premium or even the free crystal that now drops 4 stars. So the chances are better than ever to get the 4-star of these older versions. But so far, no, there is no plan to change any of the drop rates. We are being reported that the stream is a bit laggy. I don't know. I don't know what could possibly happen there. It doesn't seem to be affecting to everyone. But if it gets worse, I will have a look. But so far, the configuration is the same. So we are sorry if it's laggy for you, but we'll try to find a fix if possible.
Somebody was asking, like, will the new combiners have the two-star forms too? So I'm not so sure which, if you mean new combiners, as in like combiner coming after Omega Supreme and Overlord, probably not. Any combiner that has been released in the past and all the new ones will follow the same format. So you'll have a 3-star and a 4-star. We have thought of having like 5-star old combiner, but it's really like it's just been a discussion. Nothing is really concrete happening on that side. For Omega Supreme and Overlord, I will remind everybody that at the end of the campaign, you'll get a 2-star version that's going to be relatively easy to upgrade to a 3-star version because you only need to upgrade them up until the level 5 to be able to unlock the 3-star version and the regular like 2 abilities that 3-stars combiner normally have.
Cool. There was a question. Yeah, well, also a reminder that Omega Suprema and Overlord they act like combiners in battle, but they are not combiners. You don't have to collect bots to unlock them. You have to collect parts, and these parts will be part of events and other sources. But yeah, they are not exactly combiners. That's why they start at 2 stars, and they can be unlocked until 5 stars.
Next 5-star bots, 5-star batch, release date likely. So I know we had the survey. We actually, you know how we work with the 5-star bot. We just take the time to review the 5-star bots that are going to be the patch. And if we consider that some of them might be a little bit lackluster for being a 5-star bot, we generally like tweak them a little bit, add an ability here and there to make sure like, you know, they are worth the effort of opening a 5-star crystal. To be honest, we haven't done that work yet. We really like at the moment we're really working hard on getting Overlord and Omega Supreme out in the campaign. As soon as it's out of the way, I believe like working on the 5-star batch will not take that long. It's usually take us a week to do these changes, test them, have them in the hand of the playtesters. So it will come, but it will be likely after Overlord and Omega Supreme.
Cool. Can we see bots from crossovers like Ecto One, the DeLorean, and I don't know, Odinoka 31 if you have seen, but there is a Top Gun one now, like from the plane of the jet from Top Gun. It's very unlikely. I mean, Hasbro is doing these crossovers. They have their own IP and I mean permits and everything, but we don't have them, and I guess it would be kind of a nightmare to do it. It's unlike, let's say, GI Joe, that is propriety of Hasbro. Then we can do these crossovers when when they ask us for. But it's quite unlikely we get the Ecto One or DeLorean. Although I would love that, to be honest. But who knows? Let's keep dreaming, and yeah, once we have a call with them, we can ask and see if it could happen someday.
What about a new Pride buff? When will it come? I know, I know that Lord Wagyu is asking this question. Some playtesters have, some players also have said that this time around the Prime buff were quite like punishing and hard. So I guess like a lot of people are waiting for the new ones to come out. Understandably, the thing is, most of the time it's Yanis who takes care of the Prime buff and has the idea of them. Sometimes help him, like with the last one. So I guess we will have to wait until he comes back from holiday on Monday, and we'll have a new round of Prime buff.
Yeah. So how about the GoBots crossover? Yeah, we all will love that, but there are no plans for any GoBot crossover. Maybe if they release a movie or something, who knows? Same like Mask. To be honest, they are good cartoons, but they don't have the reach that Transformers or G.I. Joe have. So it's a bit unlikely right now.
New story mode campaigns. So yeah, there's one coming with Overlord and Omega Supreme and later down the line, there might be another one, but I cannot really tell much more at the moment. Something a little bit lighter. Cool. Should we show the bot? And while we do that, we can still pick some questions from the notes.
Yeah, I will do.
I'm saying that, but I'm really not ready. I need to change this version of the app.
Yeah, parental masters. Well, when are we going to be able to open more than one crystal at a time? Yes, I like that. I want that. But there are other priorities right now. I know our Chinese counterpart, they are doing a good job in that. Like you can open more of one at the same time, but the systems, the game is not the same at this point. It has the same base, but they have developed them on their way. We have an our way, and it's not so easy as to pick that and implement it in our game. But yeah, I keep asking Yanis for that, and I know that is on the table. It is on the table, but the priorities right now are other. But we are aware, being able to open more than one crystal at that time, it would be something quite awesome for the game.
I'm gonna try and share my screen now.
There is a list of some G1 characters we haven't released. Yes, we keep some of these G1 characters on the list for the many years to come. So yes, you will be able to see them. But let's jump to Lightspeed.
Yeah, so here we go. This is Lightspeed. So he's a Technobot, obviously. He is like, so he is, we wanted to make him, he is a retool of Streetwise as a toy from the Generation toy line. So it is obviously quite similar to Streetwise in our game as well. But it will be different. We have decided to make him a warrior. It's going to be quite a light warrior. So like still a warrior, but a little bit more hybrid because he's obviously light speed. So he's going to be a bit faster. And all his characteristics will be around speed. So yeah, it's like Streetwise, same type of car, not police, but yeah.
It's pretty cool. He dreams, right? This character kind of dreams on higher velocity life. He wants to be a spaceship someday. And apparently we are all slow for his pace. So I guess that
Yeah, I
comes with
love
a name.
the stories on the Transformers wiki is quite nice. It is like something about like how he's very strong, intelligent, and quite handsome in Transformers standards, and all could be well, but he's just like he's really sad that he's actually not a jet and he cannot fly in space. And this is quite sweet in the sense of like people just like dream of adventure and they dream of more, and you know, and we can all relate to that a little bit.
Nice. And now for the
And
best one.
which has like the controversial name of Iron Bison, which is the new name.
Nice.
That it was named before Kill Bison in the Japanese version. I believe like our Japanese player will still get this original name because it was never renamed in the language. So lucky them, they got the original name, but we'll have like Iron Bison. It looks quite nice. So it's a bit more complicated in terms of design for this one. We also had a look at the Generation toy because the original toy from the Japanese version was quite old and it was really quite different from what the aesthetic of our game is. And the Generation toy looks quite similar to, some people will recognize it, Drill Horn and Nose Cone. So that's kind of the same body, but we wanted to integrate the feature of the first game, of the first toy, the Japanese one, that were not on the Generation one. So what we added is like we actually added these press characters, which is this sort of bison looking on his chest, his breast, and also his head. That's quite iconic.
It's super iconic,
And
right? The chest and the whole thing, and it looks
yeah,
different.
he also has It looks different, like because the chest is like a bit larger as well, and then you have this like chest plate on top of it. It looks actually quite different from Noscon and Drillhorn, and it has like a nice yellow as well. That I don't think
Yeah,
any other Transformers in the game have that. Uh,
not a Decepticon for sure. Is the tank
yeah.
based on the other tank character?
So it's based on Noscon and Drillhorn, which, funnily enough, there's an Autobot and a Decepticon, and the only difference between them is where was like this kind of like stop thing at the back is at the back or at the front, depending if you're Decepticon or an Autobot. That's how we differentiate them. But
It's
yeah,
pretty
let's
cool.
have a look at the biped again because it looks really nice.
Yeah, so it's different than Warpath. It's not the same tank or anything.
No, it's different than Warpath. Yeah,
It's pretty cool
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, hopefully they're going to be good. It's going to be released this week. I've been working hard today on them to get them in the hand of the playtesters, but it's having a little bit of delays because Omega Supreme and Overlord have been taking a lot of my time. But hopefully they will like the ability they have. It was a little bit different this time. Usually I come up with an ability and then we just like feedback on it and they give me some advice on how to make it better. This time around, I just like because I knew I couldn't work until late, I just wanted to give them some time to actually give some ID based on the bio that Simon Furman has written. So hopefully they will like what I came up to because I had to kind of synthesize all of their ID and try to make it one ability. They will probably discover it tomorrow and we'll work on it together. Cool.
Cool. Yeah, Dragir is right. He looks like from a Wagner opera. You can imagine the music in the background were bombing some
I
battlefield
guess, I guess that's because of the horn on the helmet. It's like it looks very very opera.
and the chunkiness, like na 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 na. Yeah, they are cool. They are cool actually. Lightspeed and Iron Bison. I like Iron Bison a lot.
Yeah, they are coming. They are coming next week. We will hopefully the ability will be ready early enough for the playtester to be able to share some videos with you, so you can have an idea of what they're going to be on the battlefield before the event next week, when you'll be able to unlock them.
Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, so these are the new bots that will be released as soon as next week in another event. But yeah, you can see them now. They are being ready. And yeah, more to come, more to come. Should we look for a few more questions?
I haven't found anything, but if you have some, let me know. Otherwise, I can just maybe go on to the trivia. So
Um, Let me see. Da-da-da-da-da. Is Deadheads in his original G1 comics appearance going to show up at any stage? Wow, that's a difficult question. And if I am not wrong, that's Simon's Furman character. So wow, it could be interesting to have it in game, but I think it's more on the line of the comics kind of property over the Transformer itself. So it would be interesting, but it's kind of hard. But yeah, it's on the table. Who knows?
there was a question about for the Omega Supreme campaign, can we play it before the return to Cybertron because I don't have a 5K team. So this is something we have not decided yet. We need to talk about it with the team. I saw that question 2 weeks ago, and we should definitely talk about it. I think the idea for us is to make Omega Supreme and Overlord at least the first star ranking available to a maximum amount of players, so everybody can enjoy having a combiner type combiner. So I, I expect I would make it available before the return of Cybertron, or at least if you unlock the previous campaign, you have all this campaign already unlocked. I cannot promise it, but this is something we need to talk about and potentially make happen. Will Omega Supreme have the same numbers of ability as the other combiners? They will kind of yes and no. So We have this. So the way we work is we have decided that the star rating will actually define the amount of abilities you have. So right now, the combiners, the 3-star combiner have 2 abilities, and the 4-star combiner have 3. So for Omega Supreme and Overlord, you can expect that if you have a 2-star version, you only are going to have a 1 ability. But as I said, you only need to upgrade them to the level 5 and get combined like a Guardian part for Omega Supreme to get it to 3 stars and get the regular 2 abilities.
Okay. Cool. Leaderboard events only benefit the absolute top alliances, so the bottom 70% plus or less tend to not to care about them. Is it partially true? So leaderboards are intended to be to endgame players, top alliances. There is a lot of fighting there, a lot of competition, especially on the last one. There was an amazing amount of competition there for the 5th place, and they pay out. And that's one event every how many 7 or 8. So it's not caring about them would be kind of a mistake also, because there are still the rewards from the tiers even if you don't rank. If you rank, you still get some stuff, but there is no missing reward there. So if you take it as a normal event like a totalizer, and you unlock all the rewards from the totalizer with your alliance, you are getting a lot of stuff already. And then if you are willing to push for more, you are getting the super XP, you are getting the leaderboard rewards per se, and yeah, well, you're getting an interesting weekend to play with friends. So I would say yes, they are hard. Yes, we couldn't play these ones every weekend. That's why they take place every other saga usually. But yeah, that's not a reason to not to play them. It's still many benefits to get from leaderboard events.
More question about the campaign. Some of you were asking if you can unlock Overlord and Omega Supreme without the campaign mission. No, you cannot. But related to the same question, somebody asked if we're going to provide bots to play the campaign, like the Power Core campaign. Yes, we will. So the aim is not to lock these 2 new bots behind a difficult campaign for which you have to have a very powerful team. So you'll have the bots, and the combats will balance for everybody to be able to manage and win this campaign with just a little bit of strategy. So it's not we're not aiming to make it like super easy, but we also provide the bots, so we know that it's possible to finish this campaign with the bots that we're going to provide and are like featured in the story that Simon Freeman wrote for us. There was one for you, How can we do triple war rewards again?
Yes, I just write that down. What we call a Took of War. We started that, I think, the last one was on March. It lasts quite longer than usual, but I will have a look to see when we can implement that. I recall that there was also a request to make that the standard. The problem making that the standard is it won't feel special anymore. Then will be requested to be like 5 times the reward, and that scales. So it needs to be eventual. It needs to it needs to happen from time to time. But yeah, I will have a look to see if we can have it another week for it soon.
I'm getting a lot of compliment of the last on the last leaderboard events. I hope say like they should all be like that.
Oh, nice, thank you. It's been a long way to find a. I mean, it will never be of the taste of everyone, of course, but it's been a long way to find like a medium point where players enjoy it and all players have something to do with it. So thank you very much. Yeah. There was a question about the Shanix store. Yes, it will be added some stuff. I'm working on seeing what can be added to allow you to choose what or where to spend your Shanix coins on. Of course, with a limited amount of items, because we want to make them special and linked to rates. But yes, we're aware. Kind of an update would be awesome for the Shanix store, and it will be related also to new content we keep releasing.
Will you guys be making bios for combiners? They are pretty cool. I love reading them. Please add bio for them. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame actually that we don't have bios for the combiners. It's mostly because as you can see, if you go into the Combiner Lab, there's like a lot of information and we need to cram in. It's like a Combiner Lab UI, and there is no real place for us to put some bios. And I say it's a shame because obviously there is a lot to say, and there is a lot in the law about all these combiners. And it's a bit of a shame we don't convey it in our game. Definitely something we can look at. I'm sure Simon Furman would be up for rating them.
Another question for me: the drop rates in the leaderboard so low for the 4 stars and the crystal. You mean the crystal that is you get the chance to drop a 4 star, 3 star, or 2 star. The drop chances are the same like in the non-leaderboard events. So the chances are the same. But the difference is that you get a limited amount of these crystals, and then there just happens to be the luck on it. But yeah, we track that. We know they drop. The chances are the same that any other release bot event. So I can just say keep trying.
Someone agree with saying Omega Supreme is not a combiner, is only a huge bot. Yeah, we know that this is not a combiner. Indeed. The thing is, we decided to implement it as a combiner type. That's what I was trying to say. Maybe I slipped. Combiner type bot. That means that you'll be able to activate it and then take it into battle using all 13. We have made we were really careful not to use the word combiner in the game for them because obviously they are not. Nor he is, nor Overlord. Overlord is not a combiner either.
They share the lab, but they are not. Question for you, Fabian. G Metal XP course. I recall we have talked about that sometime.
I mean, why not? How much is the gold core? We made that so long ago, and I never had a look at it again. Is it 100%? No.
I think so. It's like twice. I don't know. I should
I
look
mean,
for a.
you can always go 150%, right?
Oh yeah, it could be
I
something
mean,
nice to have in the Shinix store too.
yeah, we could definitely. I don't know. Let's discuss this, but there's no reason why we shouldn't do it. Also, like we have sweetened the level, the difficulty of upgrading bots, but yeah, we release more and more bots, and like players wants to upgrade them. So that would be a good thing to do.
Cool. Thank you. We should go for the trivia.
Sure. So I will just remind you how to participate. We will ask a question related to the Transformers, Earth Wars universe, and most of the time related to the game and what we release. Have they been written by Nathan Webb again?
Yes, they always do. So thank you, Nathan, again.
Yeah, I don't know if you mention him every week, but he's right.
No, I
No, we
forgot.
should.
I forgot. I forgot 2 weeks ago. So sorry
Oh,
about that, Nathan. But yeah, the working Transformer Wikipedia that is Nathan Webb is always sending us these questions, and we are very grateful.
so for you to win some freebie, I'm going to ask the question and you can post your answer in the chat. Put it together with your in-game name, your alliance name, and your HQ level. So that way we can find you in the game and send you some freebie. So the first question, Neutron, unlike most combiners, has a supercomputer brain, but who gave him his super intelligence in the G1 cartoon? Generally, when it's in G1 cartoon, we get a lot of right answer right away.
Yeah, it's a it's a unlikely case, but it's a well-known case also.
Yeah, post your answer in the chat together with your alliance name, in-game name, and HQ level.
Yeah, the question is, Computron has a supercomputer brain. Who gave him this super intelligence in the G1 cartoon? You would think it's someone super intelligent too, and you would be wrong. I'm gonna do Facebook.
Raining answers. And I'm going to do YouTube.
Okay, cool.
It's an easy one.
It's an easy one. But it's a good lore, nevertheless. It's a good story.
Yeah, it's a good story.
So, can you tell us the answer?
I can't tell you the answer. I'm going to just remind the question. Computer, unlike most combiners, has a supercomputer brain, but who gave him his super intelligence in the G1 cartoon? And it was Grimlock, of course.
Yeah.
So we got some winners. So the winners are Black Shadow from the Alliance, Baby Nose. Nose as the character, not Baby Nose.
That would be cute.
Yeah, that's cute. Yeah. Then we have Bernard Prime from the Ranger Records. We have somebody from the Ranger Records, I think, winning every week. This really.
Oh.
And then we have Blitzwing from the Sept of Chaos. Congratulations to you guys.
The Sept of Chaos. I would like to know the story behind that. Nice. So, congratulations to the winners. Let's go for the second question. I can read it and says the following: Kill Bison, or also known as Iron Bison, as well as several other members of the cast of Victory, he performs a hand gesture that would be considered rude in the West. But what hand gesture does he do? So it seems a thing of this cast of Victory doing their own, something with hands, and he does something that is considered rude for our standards. So how do you call that?
How do you call this hand gesture?
Yeah. Well, we see the answer, so.
I was about to say it's not easy, but I wonder why. So I wonder what it means in Japanese culture then.
Yeah, according to the wiki, it's kind of a joke, but it's not rude. It's just kind of fun. But yeah, I mean, it's something you don't do every day on the street to anyone or put in a cartoon normally. Yeah, we have a image. We can put it as a hint. Let me see if we have many answers already. Yep. So it's this image that is being properly censored by a Krimzik, but you can tell what's happening in there and what's Iron Bison doing. I don't know to who in this scenario, but it's kind of his move. So we have. Do we have Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just need YouTube now.
Cool. So we have the winners. The answer, as you saw in the picture, is he's giving the middle finger. I don't know what that means on every culture, but for most of us, it's something rude. And yeah, it's kind of a curious lore there. Thanks for Nathan for showing us a bit more information that we didn't know about these characters. It makes him very special. So yeah, the answer is he gives a middle finger to whoever faces him or whatever. And some of the winners, we have Soundwave 2 from the Alliance Thunderbots. Then we have Double Dealer from the Alliance of Skyward Seekers. And then we have Sandstorm from DEFCON 1 Alliance. So thank you and congratulations. You won a freebie from Iron Bison gesture.
We will give your names to our community agents, and they will send you some freebies. Usually they do it in a couple of days. If they haven't by Monday, I would say just write to the support so they find you.
Congratulations! Way. I guess we have some minutes for a few more questions. What do you think?
The problem when we do the question after the trivia is like the chat is like inundated with
Yeah,
his
that's true.
answers.
Uh, I don't know. Let's see. Well, as a reminder, the next stream will be in 2 weeks. We are back to the usual every 2 weeks stream. It will land with next saga, next special things. Consider Omega Supreme and Overlord are around the corner, so it will be a nice one.
Yeah, next week. So in 2 weeks, we'll definitely show them more in battle. So tune in 2 weeks, and you'll be able to see them in action. Probably the fully upgraded star rating version of them. So that would be pretty nice. By the time we'll have them balanced together with the playtesters, and will be not far from being released, probably.
Cool.
But yeah, that's cool.
I didn't knew, but apparently giving the middle finger also can be called flipping the bird. Never heard that before.
No, maybe that's an American thing I never heard about. That's the way. As we have a lot of American viewers.
Yeah, I hope it's not something super wrong what I just said. Could you maybe add a feature where you can trade bots with your alliance, and the better the bot, the more materials it would cost? Not really. I mean, the economy is not based on that. It's not based on trading resources or trading bots, so it's very unlikely that will happen. There is always the idea around to have something to do with alliances, like having your own base or something. But so far there is no news about that, and no news about having any kind of market or trading post for the game.
Yeah, so flipping the bird is definitely an American way of saying it.
Thanks, Choda.
I learned something today.
Can you add trans metal cores for our best Beast Wars characters? It would be cool. So let's put it on the
It would
table.
be cool. I mean, it would be cool because you're thinking like, okay, we have G1 cores for one continuity. So if we do it, if we tackle another, part of the lore, another continuity, we could definitely have different type of core. That's a good idea. Why not?
Yeah, there are so many.
But there are so many like Beast Wars characters. There's not so many that are left, but there are some.
Yeah, and so many continuities, right? Who knows? We start with that and we end having Michael-based bots skins. More tapes.
Are more tapes coming for Soundwave and Blaster? Not at the moment. There's nothing really planned. When is the next update? Very soon.
Very soon.
It's very soon.
Will you add Rat Trap to the game? It's a best worst characters. It's well known. We don't know really, but we know it's popular. Who knows?
We know it's popular together with the dragon-looking
Megatron.
Yeah. Cool. Should we kind of like give you a little summary of what we talked about today during the stream? So we talked about the event this weekend. Do you want to remind them what it is quickly?
So 30 prestigious, tops of 1,000 points. It's doable for alliances. It's a normal triple XP. You can get prime shards. You can get all kind of shards like premium, 3-star and 4-star. You will get Spar, you will get Energon, you will get Alloy, and then some MK3 boosters that as a novelty you don't have to open them. The system will open them for you and they will give you a random MK3 battle booster.
We also read some dialogue today. The authors are still looking for Chromia in order for her to tell them the story of Omega Supreme and Overlord. You can read the Decepticon version by logging into the game this week. It's the third week of a 4-week saga, so this bit of the story is coming to an end, and they're looking for Deathsaurus. Tune in next week for the end of that. We had some Q&A. And also we show Lightspeed and Bison in the showroom. They will be released next week in an event.
And that means next week on the newsletter, we most likely will tell about the skills.
You will tell about the skills, and hopefully, if they are balanced by Monday, some of our YouTubers can make a nice video for you to know, for you to check what you can get next week.
Cool. Yeah, so I think that's it. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Nathan, for sending us this fun trivial. And thank you everyone again for being here. We'll see
Yeah,
you in 2 weeks. Stay safe and enjoy the weekend.
enjoy the weekend. Tune in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.